Alright, fuck it, last vigil. Cool, this is gonna be an interesting opening, considering it's already been 5 minutes. Alright, I need the cute outfit. There we go. I got some new boots! From the event.
Wow.
I can't show you the other pieces because I've already put them in the glamour chest. Okay. Which one of you fuckers is it? No. Oh god, no, no. Why do you have an image? Okay, alright. I need to make a note of this.
This poor sprout is not dressed for the weather.
No, she's going to die of hypothermia. No. Is it you? Okay, alright, it's inside the manor. It's from the manservant. Also, hello, my beautiful wife. There we go. Important thing done. Alright, so we are talking to the manservant.
Oh.
The only guy that has a question here.
Indeed.
Alright. Let's, I guess, technically finish up Heavensward.
Huzzah.
'Twas bitterly cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you before the Ark of the Worthy. To think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day? Forgive me. Of late I have been studying the works of a Balladian poet king who wrote, "To ye who ask of things to come, give thought to what it is past and gone." So rarely have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made. Oh, how they have shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say to you too, mistresses, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white stood beyond the great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of 4 travelers.
Interesting.
How do you feel about speedrunning the expansion?
Wait. What?
Come on, let's go talk to Elias. That's the next thing we did.
This is silly.
I have just realized that woman's name is Aleve.
Indeed.
Oh, the people are not up in that corner anymore. Minor character who had 2 lines of words. I don't remember who voiced you.
A warm welcome to you, mistresses. To what do I owe the pleasure? Retracing your steps from those first days in Ishgard? I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I am reminded how much I owe to you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants are subject to a frankly unreasonable level of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now, goods from every corner of Eorzea flow into our markets. And that, my friend, is change we can all appreciate.
Merchants of all nations speak a common tongue, and its words are coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of a count. Thus, when the wards of House Voltoms arrived, she was glad to make their acquaintance. Now,
The Forgotten Night?
Yeah, what did we do next? We dropped my wife off.
Here you go, get a job.
There you go. We're gonna need money, wife. Oh, don't say it like that. Oh, God. Sidiargu.
Sidiargu.
Sidiargu. A lot of characters whose voices I don't remember.
Gibberlon?
Gibberlon.
This is a cutted scene.
Yes. What'll it be then? Ale? Mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea. Aha, so it's to be memories then, is it? Now there's a bit of trot that'll leave you wanting. Assuming you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend Tataru. One moment she's just another girl waiting on customers, clearing tables and so forth. And the next she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night. I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. Singing those stupid songs, singing those daft dances. To be honest, I think it was her stories that really won them over. Stories of certain heroes' grand adventures across Eorzea, told with a flair that put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, we've even got one about the man who built this tavern, as one of the founding fathers of Ishgard, so it goes. Now, as the Enchiridion told it, besides Haldrath, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the Fonges of the high houses. Of course, these days, we all know better than to put too much stock in the words of the church, eh? But there's more to our tales than just words. There's a sword, too. One which has been passed down from proprietor to proprietor since before anyone can remember. She's a rusty old bugger, but if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make out an inscription. Brothers brave and true, live well, forgotten and content. A man who forsook wealth and fame and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say, friend? Who can say? He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist. He wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith would be rewarded, other times betrayed. But he would listen, regardless, and he would hope. And then where did we go next?
Clouded top.
Come on, we gotta get our PBs down. We gotta get going. Where am I going to do right? We gotta speed run. We gotta go. Shit, fuck.
Are we going to attempt the cloud top skip?
The cloud top skip, yeah. You got a backwards long jump into a manual lane. Of course, we had a sequence break. We gotta get flying. Where the hell did I get this mount?
Who's to say?
I think I know where you got yours. What?
What?
Huh?
Laniate!
Hello, Miss Laniat.
This is you.
This is me. I know whose voice is you. Mistresses. I was but this moment thinking of you. I'd hoped to speak with you at Sir Emmerich's investiture, but circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Mayhap you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. On behalf of House Helenot and all of Ishgard, I offer unto you my deepest and most humble thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy, and freed us from a millennium of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will ever remember you and your deeds. That our children and their children's children might know the woman to whom they owe their lives. I concede that the grand investiture would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I cannot risk them being left unspoken. What brings you this way? As you can see, Camp Cloudtop remains much the same as it did during the war. Though we need to no longer watch the skies for Dravanian outflyers, the Vanu have proven themselves similarly worthy of our attention.
I say, old girl, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you.
Why are you here, Emanueline?
What enough of that?
Other...
Honoroi?
Yes, my lord. Lady Laniats, I am pleased to report that we succeeded in infiltrating Vundu territory, and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume of crystals acquired during a period of surveillance, I have prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Vundu to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I have also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining how the Rose Knights might prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding these sites and securing their stores, as well as a detailed assessment of the risks involved should you choose to proceed. Small boy doing all the work. By the Fury. I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware that you were capable of this. With respect, you were wasted on your master. Hardworking, full of potential. I think there is a place for you here with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. That you would even consider taking me into your service is a tremendous honor, my lady, and were I free to do so, I should gladly accept. But I am pledged to another, as you well know. Regrettable, but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talent and character will never want for opportunities.
Pledged to another, you rascal. I thought I saw you whispering in young Soletsia the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. There'll be no secrets between us. You must tell me everything. Where you've been sneaking off together, what adventures you've been having, every little detail. And don't you dare leave anything out. Tell me exactly how you fucked the maid.
Okay, new mic was worth it just for that joke. You came in so fucking clear.
Oh, the comedic opportunities it will afford me.
Oh no. I am sure he will not. In any event, you have jointly exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again. Thank you, my lady. I believe we shall do as you suggest. Until we meet again, Mistresses Galala and Bergwood.
Not so fast. The next airship isn't due for another hour, and we have so much to talk about. Honoroi! Honoroi!
God, I love Emanueline. What a box of bricks.
Truly. A box of horny bricks.
Spiky bricks. For all the lady's disdain, it was an old, familiar dance. To her, Lord Emanueline would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that. A memory of home on the bleak frontier. Well, after the Sea of Clouds, it had one other place.
Well, Falcon's Nest.
Falcon's Nest. The only other zone from 1.0 AR. Stumbling over my words. Isn't that weird to think? But the Western Highlands, this is the last zone that was remade. Everywhere else we're going to is going to be completely new.
Well,
Are you seriously flying there?
I was already mounted, to be fair.
You fool.
Redwald?
Redwald. Which I believe was you?
Yes. 1,000 pardons, mistresses. Had I known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have seen that you received a proper reception. A feast, perhaps, or at least a formal welcome with the men in full dress.
Full dress, you say?
You have more than earned it. One need only look to the pilgrims who come in their droves to pray before the relief to see the truth of that. Some abide in silence, while others shed tears. Not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy. Joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment.
Do we get the other one? Yep, there he is. Sir Redwald, the shipment has been unloaded, and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Mistresses, are you here on official business? A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, what has changed since we first came here together? Since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone?
Come, my lord. Mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day? Well, his wife but recently gave birth to their first child.
Is that so? Well. Mayhap I should pay him a visit.
A visit?
Visit.
An incident?
It's appreciable to
Though he would doubtless be honored, my lord, you need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities as Count surely leave a little enough time as it is.
To think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. This preoccupation with power, position and power, has sown no end of discord between our two houses, to the great detriment of our nation. It is especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved was by virtue of our blood and not our character. So, call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day, when I have earned it, I will, but not today.
Still himself, is he?
An honorable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the existence of a foreigner in exile. But when forced to confront bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned, then, if it led one astray. He would set aside his prejudice and join hands with his gifted outcasts for the greater good of Ishgard. I'm sorry, the where?
The Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine.
Oh, right!
Sorry.
Because...
I thought the first bit was who we were talking to. The Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. AKA where we had that fight that was very Game of Thrones coded.
Yes. Fight for the honor of my wife. And Alphino was there.
Also, the bug was there.
Also Bug Boy. Whoa, hello. That's pretty. Hello, Steven. Goodbye, Steven.
Steven?
Steven?
I can't make the joke anymore because I don't have the gear.
Yeah.
I got rid of all my low-level gear, and so when I switched to Machinist, it makes me naked.
Oh. I don't think Steven would mind.
No, it's not safe for a founder environment. Not proper
Jesus Christ, I was
PPE.
sipping on soda.
Where the fuck are we going?
It's very dark in here. Mr. Urbician, how the hell do you see?
I teleportated.
I see the blue. There you are. I see you now. Two foreign heretics against two knights of the Heavensward. Under the watchful gaze of the Fury, they would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true. It was the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time. We can't really talk to anyone because we've already killed them.
Very true. We done did a murder.
The Hopper. Right, because after this we went to go talk to the Pope.
The Pope. Who went mad with power?
Yeah.
Pardon the 12th. Was it the 12th?
The 7th, maybe.
The 7th.
Maybe the 14th.
The Final Fantasy the 14th.
So that's not what the title is.
It is now.
Ah, fuck, I shall let the Scriveners know they can change the records. You are Mistresses Galala and Birkwell, if I'm not mistaken.
You are mistaken, fuck off.
Okay, alright. We have met, though I'm sure you do not remember. 'Twas a seeming lifetime ago when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect on all that has come to pass. And when I saw you gazing at the Holy Vault, I thought perhaps you had come too. You turned our world upside down. Everything we held dear, for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done by His grace sought, that His grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Fury's will that you prevail. But to say it, to believe it, I know that no man is without sin, but he was pious and humble, wholly devoted to the church and to his people. I knew him, yes, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I will remember him as a good man. To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station, yet remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation, then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Kind of fucked up when two people come into your country and then by a series of fucked up events cause a crisis of fate. Why are we going to Limsa? I don't remember going to Limsa.
Is this the interlude when we went and talked with the faction leaders after we figured out that Raubon was alive?
Maybe, I feel like... No, wait, no, that was really early.
Yeah, like it was the only... Yeah.
Like, early enough that I'm still wondering, like, why did we resolve... Why was this a plot thread?
Where did we go?
We gotta go talk to the storm... Oh god.
That's right, it's just right over here. I was about to go up to the upper decks, and then I remember that you just go from here. Nidilica, Nitanamu. It's me, the Imperial Nuisance.
Yes, you are.
Sergeant Burgwib! Captain?
Captain.
Captain Galala! This is most unexpected. Do you have business with the Admiral?
No, just want to say hi.
I say hi. A journey of remembrance, you say? Well, far be it from me to deny you. Unannounced or not, I suspect the Admiral would be most displeased if she heard that I had turned you away.
Ooh, the coloring of the clouds in the back. Ooh, nice.
Thank the Navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastman's latest movements. Come, Sergeant, Captain, tell me of your adventures. The Ishgardians sail in uncharted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance, 'twould not be the first grand voyage to run afoul of reefs ere it properly began. But with Sir Emmerich at the helm, they may yet chart a course for generations to follow. Which is not to say our own doesn't need correcting. The Alliance has grown complacent. The bloody nose you gave us at the melee showed me that. That's an optional thing. Nor have I forgotten the lessons of the banquet. Rest assured, we will root out any further turncoats before the dagger is at our back. You have my word on that, and Lady Yugiri's besides.
She had never been one to retreat, much less in the face of transparent theatrics. But this has been no ordinary battlefield. Its rules of engagement anything but clear. So she would watch, and she would learn. And in time, she would act. I don't know what that refers to. Oh wait, we can actually walk around here? Holy shit, you don't get to do this often.
Wow, it's an empty room.
It's an empty room with... My favorite part about this is that you can look out the window and see that the land goes full 360 degrees, which is illegal.
That's funny. Exit.
The Bulwark Hall, and then back to where we fucking began this episode.
Not on purpose, though.
I'm definitely gonna need to go through the videos and see, like, where the hell did we do this? It certainly doesn't help that I've been doing so much other shit.
Yeah.
Oh god. I still need to do the fucking stuff for L2. I've been slipping doing her stuff.
I have entered the Risen Stones.
You were not supposed to go to the Rising Stones.
That's right. I'm so used to just going to Revenant's Toll and then automatically going to the Rising Stones.
We're go next to this Lalafell chef.
That's right, she's on the other side of the friggin'
And she's upstairs.
Area. That's it. I know what I'm doing. Watch for my coming on the second day.
Captain, we have visual of the Bahamut coming into... That's not a Bahamut! Behemoth.
Hello,
whatever.
Gary.
Hi, Gary. Hi, Gary. How are you doing? Mistresses. Is all to miss? No, I just want to say hi. I am both flattered and surprised that you should remember my small role in this tale, given the grandeur of your subsequent endeavors. Though I must confess to having derived some selfish pleasure from donning the garments of the shinobi once more. I am honored to have been able to assist in freeing General Rauban from his captivity. And I believe I speak for all of my countrymen when I say that we are most grateful to have been granted the opportunity to contribute to the restoration of this island. Much has changed, it is true, and much may never be as it once was. But in watching you and yours rise from the ashes and rebuild, I am reminded that we must never give in to despair. For there is always something which may yet be saved.
All right.
Well, that's the paths we walk. However, we're not done.
What?
I did tell you it was a quest chain.
Oh, God. Okay, Gary. Ugh.
Will you be traveling to Uldar next?
hope not.
If so, I would ask a favor of you. I have prepared a special unguent to aid in General Raban's rehabilitation. Injuries such as his must be tended to daily, even long after they have healed. You need only deliver it to his man, Commander Swift. He will see that the Flame General receives it. Unguent. How the fuck do you pronounce this?
Unguent.
Unguent? That's fucked. That is a fucked up word.
Indeed.
Not as fucked up as old
Wagon.
a wagon?
The wagon.
Wagon Tails, Oregon? Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
Dragon Tales like the animated children's TV show?
No, wagon. No, it's a stupid Tumblr post I've seen a couple months ago. Of someone saying, ah yes, Dragon Tales origin, but instead it's the Oregon Trail, so it's Wagon Trails, Oregon.
Solid. Ah, Jonesy has realized I am up here and has now come to yell at the door.
Oh no. Commander Swift, give me your cards. I'm sorry? Give me your cards. Greetings, you two. What is it you have there? A card binder. Please, give me the cards and I can leave without blood.
Unguent.
Unguent? I was not aware the General required such stuff. One of our Doman friends made this for him, did she? Very well. I shall be sure to pass it on. Actually, wait here. We have just this moment concluded a meeting, and I expect he would be glad to speak with you before returning to the palace. Gotta get out of here. Gotta hide my cards.
So, Commander Swift tells me that you came all this way to deliver an unguent.
I don't think that's how it's pronounced, sir.
I'm the General of the Bloody Flames. I'll pronounce it however I damn well like. Daily, she says. Ha! Well, mayhap it is best to be prudent. The gods alone know why you agreed to deliver it for her, though. Unless you mean to favor me with that rematch I requested. I jest, lass. You're on a journey of reflection, are you not? Aye, Merwib said as much. And now you want to relive the moment you pulled me from the pit Ilberd left me in to rot. It shames me to think of it, that I was so blind to his hatred. Lolorito tells me that it was not always so. That Ilberd admitted to him he once believed that I would return to Alamigo at the head of an army. Sorry. But he has passed, and I did nothing. For all my accomplishments, for all my wealth, power, and influence, I did naught to better the plight of my people. Not for lack of trying, but Hilbert didn't know. He thought the bull of Alamigo had grown fat and complacent. That my story set a bad example for our countrymen. There's no own there. Forget your homeland and chase the Uldan dream. A fine, impossible dream which gave men the strength to endure their hardships and try to make new lives for themselves here. So the dream had to die. He would kill me, stir up the disillusioned, arm them at the monetarist's expense, and then... Forgive me. The Scions paid the price of my failings. The gods know I've no shortage of debts to repay, of vows to keep and duties to discharge. But mark me well, lass. There will be a reckoning. Mayhap not today, mayhap not tomorrow, but a reckoning there will be.
What happened to Ilberg? Did we kill him? I don't remember.
I don't think we did.
A refugee of a fallen nation, he had risen from the depths of poverty to claim a seat on the syndicate. Yet for all his great deeds, one was left undone. And like sands through an hourglass, the years slipped away, taking with them an old friend's hope. Why do you not have your cards? Did I already get your cards? You're safe today, Swift.
Already recovered his cards. Visit Gorgagni Mills in the Querthis Western Highlands.
That's right, after this we... it was, Yazael. I also completely forgot it's Little Ladies' Day, and I'm wondering, like, why is Ul'dah so pink? Completely forgot that I did the side quest the other day.
Solid. I had the friggin' eye again. I don't like the friggin' eye. I actually don't mind the eye. It's just not as good as some of the other one.
I'm on an incredibly fucked up dog.
Freaky dog.
At least the dog is Gala-sized. Can't see ship, Captain. There's snow everywhere.
Skill issue.
What do you mean, skill issue? I can't see!
Simply have better eyes.
God! That's discriminatory, Captain. I can have you written up for that.
Who are you going to complain to? HR?
Yes!
Wait, I thought HR was like a joke that we made up.
No! You pay for their salaries, Captain.
Shit. I thought it was a tax haven.
Jesus Christ.
By the Fury, is that you, mistresses? Forgive me, but what reason could you possibly have for returning to this godforsaken place?
I just want to say hi.
Mayhap it is fate which brings you here on this day of introspection and reflection. We are come to Gorgon Mills to accept the surrender of a half-dozen heretics. What?
It's the sound of the massive fucking carbuncle that just went by us.
A half-dozen heretics who once fought for the Lady Iceheart. If you're intending to visit the cellars, I would ask that you do nothing to unsettle them.
Oh, they're just...
Speak with the penitent heretic.
Heresy.
That's the other game we've been playing. That looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. I would say you should also see the Moogle Peace Tribe area, but you can't. It is my delusions.
Hello, penitent heretic.
Wait! I know you! You were at the amphitheater with the Dragon Slayer! Oh, hey, someone's doing the MSQ. I suppose we owe you an apology. When you came to us seeking to parley, we were sure it was a scheme to go out to Our Lady. We were sure about a lot of things. I can't hear you over this dying bear. When she first shared her revelation, when she told us that she was not Saint Shiva reborn, we assumed it was a test. For had we not prayed for salvation? Has she not descended to deliver us from evil? Oh, these are some pretty hard coincidences, huh? Lines being drawn between... Ugh. She replied that our prayers were but fuel for a fever dream, a construct born of desperation and denial. She was no savior, she said. But when we marched upon Ishgard regardless, she pulled us from the brink of oblivion and implored us to find another way. And here we are, ready to lay down our arms at last. It's time. She considered you a friend. Had things had been different, mayhap we could have been friends too. Farewell. Forsaken by gods and men, they found salvation in a revelation. They would take up arms against their own kind to set ancient wrongs to right, cut out Ishgard's festering heart, and the war would be over. This, they knew, believed with all their being, until their savior told them their efforts would be for naught. Our friend.
Jean-Telot?
And thus we continued westward.
Ever westward.
Ever Heavensward.
Oh, that's right. I got this weird thing.
Oh,
Forgot
yeah.
about this weird dog. Look
That
at my
is a weird dog.
Why his leg's so weird?
Because he's an antelope, not a dog.
No, it's definitely a dog. Look at his funny neck. That means he's a dog.
That means he's a giraffe.
Haven't you ever seen a borzoi before?
Yes, I have.
Right, so then why are you saying it's not a dog?
That's not a dog. A borzoi is an ancient construct made by the gods.
Eldritch being.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Johnny Three Knives.
Do you think this is you?
Yeah. And if it isn't the warriors of light themselves! They who slew the dread worm Nidhogg, bringing an end to 1,000 years of war, and my very livelihood! Well, go on then. Strike me down and finish the job. Stab me right in the heart. I'll even lend you my spear if you like, with its 3 knives. After all, I won't be bloody needing it! Tell me true. For a moment I had you fooled. Ye gods, as if I could hate the woman who rid us of Nidhogg. Oh, and lest you worry, that business about me losing my livelihood couldn't have been from the truth. In point of fact, peace is proving surprisingly lucrative. As our nation's ties with Hraesfalga's brood have grown stronger and our interests in Gervania have begun to expand, we have seen a marked increase in the number of travelers on the road. Needless to say, travelers require protection, which we are only too happy to provide. Granted, such work will not earn you a lordship like slaying a dragon might, but it pays well and is far less prone to end in incineration, which seems a reasonable enough compromise, all things considered.
As long as there are wars to fight, and there will be those who take up arms not out of hatred or even a sense of duty, but for want of better employment. When presented with an alternative, such individuals may gladly trade their swords for scythes, or, failing that, pledge them to a more worthy cause. Bye, Gentelos. Give my bug son my best regards.
The bug son?
My bug son. The Vath Death Dog. Hey, speaking of the Vath.
That's an interesting bird.
That is my fucked up pigeon.
Weird pigeon.
I'm from New York, I know what a pigeon looks like, and this is a pigeon. Captain, I still can't see shit. Why did we decide to go out in a blizzard? Captain?
Huh?
Oh god, he's gone. I am the only one left on this barren face of an earth. Shoop. Wow, you...
You should go high enough, I won't hit the world change. Oh, no.
Ah, yes, the Giovannian Forlands. Home of my favorite joke, you getting your ass clapped by red chocobos. Yeah?
I don't know.
I don't know, it's a tale of reflection. I'm reflecting on how that was funny as hell.
Ah, it's the Marsa Champ again.
Mas sham. This is also you.
Something the matter, lasses? Nat's giving you trouble?
You leave my bug son out of this.
Journey of Remembrance, eh? Gods, it feels like only yesterday that Ezael turned up in Tailfeather with you in tow. Back into our lives and gone all too soon. Did I ever tell you how we found her 5 years back? In a torpor out in the forest all by her lonesome? Aye, well, we weren't about to leave her there, so we carried her back here and tended to her till she woke up. Didn't say a word for days, Ezael. I just sat there and stared up at the sky as if the ground held nothing for her. And it didn't, we learned, when she finally spoke. Now, you might think she's not one to smile, but if you'd seen her in those years that followed, then one day, all of a sudden, she says she's got a truth that must be shared. Up and leaves for the gods know where. And that was the last time we heard of her, for a time. Redemption's not beyond us, friends. Come and hear the truth. Come and hear the Lady Iceheart speak. And they did, from far and wide, or so the stories went. Some said there was nothing in it. But I knew. I knew. I think, you two, that deep down most folk want to do right by themselves and by others. And they try, oh how they try. You do, certainly, and so did she. Okay.
Unfortunately,
It has been an hour.
It has been an hour. Unfortunately, our journey of remembrance still isn't done. Next video, yeah.